The young doctor found wolf cubs on his doorstep. He couldn't make sense of it and was very surprised. But when he realized why, he couldn't hold back his tears. Alex had never known the love of a family. His mother had died in childbirth and his father had been sent to an orphanage when he was neglected. As a child, he was often sick, and when he was ill, the orphanage doctor took care of him. It was one of the few times when someone treated her with love and compassion. The doctor, named Madison, would give him medicine and even stand by his side and tell him stories. For a child who had never known a mother's love, these moments were so priceless that he would do anything to be sick more often if he could. Love was not the only thing she gave him. Alex was also inspired by her and decided to become a doctor when he grew up. Years passed, and through perseverance and hard work, Alex went to medical school. He was an extremely intelligent and bright student. He graduated with honors and became a good surgeon. He started working in one of the biggest hospitals in America. He saved the lives of many patients. He was a beacon of hope for many people. Until one day, a great disaster struck. A pregnant woman was brought to the hospital that day, seriously injured in a car accident. Alex operated on her, but despite all his efforts, he could not save her and her baby. This event turned the young doctor's whole world upside down. Psychologically devastated, he decided to take a break from his work and go on a long vacation, even at the risk of jeopardizing his career. But this decision would transform him into a completely different person. He bought a cabin in the foothills, deep in the forest, and wanted to escape his bad memories and get away from everyone and everything. This way, he would get away from his problems. He would take walks alone in the forest, leave home early in the morning, and when he ran out of energy, he would come back and go to sleep. But one day, during these walks, something happened that would change his life. As he was walking through the forest, he heard strange noises coming from the bushes and started heading in that direction. The traces of blood he saw increased his curiosity even more. Inwardly afraid, he approached the source of the sound and found a wounded wolf cub. The animal, which he thought was a few months old, had a deep cut on its back, and it was bleeding. It had probably gotten separated from its pack and had been attacked by another predator. This little cub couldn't survive out there on its own. There was no choice but to save him. But he had no idea at the time what this would bring him. With the materials he had left over from his days as a surgeon, he stitched and dressed the wound of this she-wolf cub, which he took home. The next few days were critical. During this time, Alex took care of her and did his best to help her recover, and his efforts paid off as the animal gradually recovered. Over time, a bond began to form between them. Adam even gave him a name. He named this little puppy after the doctor who had been his childhood hero, Madison. As the days went by, the animal grew stronger and was out of danger. Alex regained faith that he could help the world. Weeks later, Madison was old enough and it was time to return to the wild. As much as Alex had gotten used to her, a wild creature belonged in nature, not with humans. Together, they walked through the forest. At a certain point, the man stopped to turn back. The wolf looked at him gratefully, as if he understood the situation, and disappeared into the trees. Months had passed since I left Madison, and Alex was living a life of deep thought and seclusion. But one morning he woke up to something strange. On his doorstep was an animal that looked like a newborn puppy. Wondering how it could have gotten there, he let it in. When he came out again after a while, he couldn't believe his eyes. There were 4 more puppies in front of the door. He couldn't understand what was going on, but after what he was about to see, all the pieces would fall into place, and Alex would break down in tears when he found out why. He looked up to see a wolf with a cub in its mouth approaching him. The animal brought the cub, put it down with the others, and looked at Alex. It was Madison. It was obvious that she had just given birth. Realizing the situation, the man burst into tears. Madison, whose life he had saved months ago, hadn't forgotten her rescuer, and this time she brought her cubs to him for help. I hope you enjoyed our video. What would you do if you were in Alex's situation? We look forward to your comments. Don't forget to like the video, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel.